Do you struggle to control your ski tips or feel like they're wavering around or skittish while you're skiing? Today, we're going to talk about some simple tips to help you feel in control no matter the terrain or conditions, because you should be skiing your skis. They shouldn't be skiing you. My name's Alicia Williams. I am a fitness trainer and a ski coach from the Southern Canadian Rockies. Welcome to the wilder part of YouTube. We talk strength and conditioning for outdoor adventures of all kinds. Now, of course, your current skill level and experience is going to affect which of these tips help the most, but even the most advanced skiers are going to benefit from return to the basics every once in a while and from some strength and mobility time in the gym. So before we go on snow, which we will in a minute, let's start with 2 moves you can do in the gym or at home that are going to train the movement patterns and muscles that we can use to solve this problem. The first is a Pallof step back or jumping lunge. Using a band, pair of leggings, or even a friend on the other side of a rope, step back into a lunge position, alternating left to right. You'll feel yourself building your anti-rotational core muscles that are key to staying in control and controlling your torso no matter what's happening underneath your feet. If my core is stable, my legs can work independently to keep pressure on the right spot on the snow without me having to throw my body around on the hill. Make sure you do both sides, don't forget one. And you can increase the difficulty 2 ways. The first is by increasing the resistance on that band, either by moving away or adding another band. And then you can progress to jumping lunges on both sides, focusing on keeping that torso solid as it's pulled to the side as you jump. These ones are certainly harder than they look. Now, if exercise 1 helped you get that core ready, exercise number 2 is going to help you learn where and how to pressure your boots. We're going to do this on a slant board, a slightly tilted surface, or if you don't have anything like that, by getting your heel elevated on a small textbook. Now, my husband made this one for me, this slant board. It has 4 different ankles, and I love it. We're going to use at least 15 degrees of a slant. This is a Poliquin step down position, but what we're going to do is practice driving the shin over the big and little toes. We're going to do this while having a strong supported foot without the arch collapsing. Go back and forth from those 2 positions and then try all the positions in between. Now, this builds foot strength and control and gets you used to an idea we're going to talk about in a minute on the hill. Poliquin step downs also build a very specific part of your quad muscle, but we're going to talk about that on a different day. For this exercise, we're going to focus on what it feels like to drive the shin over the foot in different positions without the hip collapsing, knee caving in, or foot collapsing. And these ones are easy enough you could do them at home before you even head to the ski hill. But once you get to the hill, it's time to put these new skills and movements to use. Now, the main reason I see for squirrely tips is a skier not knowing how shin pressure translates to ski pressure. And unfortunately, a lot of the wording people use to help can send people in the wrong direction, and I know this from personal experience. I had an athlete, I specifically remember she was getting squirrely tips at the beginning of the turn, and so I just told her to press the front of the ski, and it made the problem worse. The mistake I made was not explaining 2 things. First, pressing the boot cuff or using pressure with your whole body through where your shin meets your boot translates to the ski. Press here, pressure here, press here, pressure here. Second, a skittish or wavering tip is because you need to tell the ski where to go and then listen to the feedback it's giving you. If you were driving a car and you let go of the steering wheel, you wouldn't be surprised if it started driving all over the road. And the way we tell our skis where to go is through pressure. We can do this 2 ways. The first is an exercise called the power plow. This is different than the snow plow you start with when you're learning how to ski, because we're looking for ski performance even though we're in a pizza position. And you want to focus on that outside ski. Notice the difference when I'm trying to power plow with my calves pressing the back of the boot versus when my calves are pressing the front inside of the outside ski boot. With some practice, you are going to have total control of that outside ski. At that point, you can try walking the other ski over into kind of a combo power plow into parallel turn. Then we want to take this into our regular skiing by going on a run and by feeling that same pressure point and noticing what the ski does with different amounts of pressure through that part of our boot. Notice this is to start the turn because that's often where the ski will start wavering. And you're going to find that it's easiest to do this on a groomed run and hardest to do it in choppy, chopped up snow. So start on the groomer and then take little spots where you're going straight through choppy snow. Understand how much pressure you need in order to keep those tips under control. And sooner or later, you're not even going to have to think about it anymore. If this video was helpful, click that like button. That really, really helps me out so that more skiers like you see these videos, and subscribe if you want to get more tips on skiing and fitness. And if this video is interesting to you, you are really going to be helped by my forward back video. So I'm going to link to that one below. Have a wilder day and we'll talk to you soon.